I'm Michael and today I want to review the Sigma 1835 with a constant aperture of 1.8. So we'll start with a very quick unboxing and we'll get into the review. So here is the box. I have been using this lens for quite a while, so I have already unboxed it, so your unboxing experience may be different. Just a quick look at the box, a few little specs. So you open it up. Now the best thing about this, love this case. Look at that. So leave that to the side for now. The rest is just books, don't need those. So here's that case. Opens up with a nice zip. Also has a belt clip. So there it is. Nice foam padding on the top for it to sit in. And this is the lens. Also inside this case you'll find a lens hood, which I haven't used yet, but it's there. That's all you get. So it comes with a front cap and a rear cap, and now I'll just talk about a bit more of the details of the lens itself. Okay, so as you can see from the unboxing, it's packed very nicely. This bag it comes with is awesome. Very secure in there. It's very nicely padded, so it's really good. So what I've done, I've just written down some notes just so I don't miss anything. So yeah, this is the Sigma 18-35 with a constant aperture of 1.8. So it doesn't matter where you are in your zoom range, it's a constant aperture of 1.8. Now just to let you know, I'm using this on the GH4, and in order to do that you need to use a Speedbooster Adapter. So the results of the video footage are going to be different depending on your camera, but the Speedbooster actually gives me an extra stop of light and reduces my crop by 0.7 times. So the extra stop of light actually brings this lens down to a F1.2, so I get even more light than usual. That's the Metabones Speedbooster, so that's the only way I can get this on the GH4. Yeah, because this Sigma lens I bought is a Canon mount, so this adapter allows me to mount Canon mount lenses onto my GH4, which is a micro four thirds camera. I have done a review of the Speedbooster, so have a look through my videos if you're interested in that, and I have done a review on the GH4 also, so have a look at my other videos. So I've written down some notes, as I said, easier for me to go through them. The lens is very heavy, but it's got a really nice quality feel. The heaviness is kind of nice in a way. It is hard to balance on things like gimbals and all that stuff because it's very heavy. I think it's around 700 grams or 700 or so grams. I'll chuck that on the weight scales and show you that now. So it's pretty heavy. It's a very well built and high quality lens. I love the feel of the focus and zoom rings. They're really nice. So it's got right in there window for your focus, right there, and you got your zoom ring there. Nice big, nice very quality lenses. We'll have a look at the glass. So that's the rear of the lens with the cap, and this is the front of the lens. So yeah, basically it has a range of 18-35 and it's constant aperture of 1.8. On the GH4 with the Speedbooster, as I said, that ends up being more like an f1.2, and the the lens is actually more like a 12-25 rather than an 18-35 because the Speedbooster does reduce the crop factor. I don't know how correct I am with that, but from my calculations, I think that's right. So I think I paid around $700 for it. I will share a link in the description below. It was from eBay, and my thoughts on the lens are it's a very decent lens for the price. Not many other manufacturers have been able to produce a lens with an aperture this low throughout the whole zoom range. And I think that's why it's so heavy, just because the amount of glass in this thing must be phenomenal. So my basic thoughts are it's a really nice lens. It's excellent for low light, especially on the GH4 where it does seem to suffer a little bit. The 1.2, the f-stop of 1.2 is amazing. The only problem with that is some things can start to look a little soft using the 1.2 or even the 1.8, especially if you're close up on something, the edges can start to look a bit blurred out, but it's a very good lens otherwise. I'm really happy with it, happy with the price. As I said, the weight, it's very heavy, which is a good and bad thing. It's good because it does feel quality, but it's bad because it's really hard to stabilize on something like a Ronin or a Steadicam or something like that. I've got a Ronin M and it took ages to balance this properly. I had to actually buy weights and a different base plate for the camera and everything, but I'll be doing a review on the Ronin separately, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about the lens on the Ronin and all that stuff. So the thing I've found is the autofocus is pretty bad, but that could be because it is on the GH4 and it is using the adapter, so it might not be communicating with the lens, you know, as native as the Canon would, you know, directly mounted without an adapter. The reason it's bad is it's noisy, and when you do start to film, it grabs focus and then all of a sudden it'll lose focus grab. It always seems to be hunting. For photos it's probably really good. I don't use autofocus when it comes to videos really anyway, most of the time. For these videos I do, just because they're nice and quick, but for something professional I'm always using manual focus, so that doesn't really bother me. But yeah, even for a video like this, if I use this lens, it's constantly focusing, and the microphone will pick it up, and it's just a constant ticking sound, so it is a bit annoying. That's about it. I'm really happy with it. The quality is amazing. The proof is in the pudding, so I'm going to show you some test footage now. So this is test footage shot on the Sigma 1835. It'll probably be at an aperture of 1.2 or 1.8 throughout the whole video. On the GH4 using the Speedbooster Adapter. I think that's about it. So I hope you enjoy the test footage. Again, very happy with the lens, highly recommended, especially for the GH4 where it does seem to struggle in low light. So hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, please subscribe and check out the test footage. See you soon. So how good is that depth of field? It's awesome. A couple of quick things I forgot to mention about the lens is that it does have a constant focus. So because the lens isn't telescopic, so when you zoom in and out, a lot of lenses, the end actually moves in and out. Because this doesn't do that, it actually, it's all done inside the lens, all done with glass. If you focus on something and then zoom in using the zoom wheel, it actually stays in focus, as you can see in this clip right here. Another thing is you can get a dock for this lens to do firmware updates and all that kind of stuff. I did buy one. It's about $70. It's not bad. It's probably a good idea if you invest in a lot of Sigma lenses, but if you don't, it's probably not worth getting. You can probably borrow one off a friend or something if you need to update the firmware. I do plan on buying some more Sigma lenses, so I did purchase the dock to do firmware upgrades. You can adjust focus points and things like that, I think, so that's pretty good. Just a couple of points I forgot to mention. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Love this depth of field.